and Patrick and all of that. Could you speak on that for us, please?
It was a life-changing experience, honestly, because at the time when we filmed Blackbird, because we filmed it in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and at the time I was a junior at the University of Southern Mississippi. And that also happens to be where Patrick Ian Polk went to college at also, and he's from Hattiesburg, Mississippi too. So it was kind of like, I don't know, just something bigger than both of us kind of aligning to kind of place me and Patrick or myself in Patrick's path, along, like with the audition process and all that. But it was a beautiful experience from start to finish.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. And my second question, are you gay yet?
Yeah.
I'm just being silly. I won't take up any more time, but Tim, what do you got for Julian, or maybe for Larry too? He's hung in there.
So a couple of things. People wanted to know what it was like working with Monique and Isaiah Washington. They want to know a little bit about that.
That was honestly like it was very beautiful. From the moment I'll tell you a quick story actually. So when I auditioned for Blackbird, I had like no idea how to audition. I had no idea what to do, what to wear, where to stand, anything of that sort. So when I booked the role, Patrick and Monique and Isaiah, and not only just them, but the entire cast and crew kind of really had me under their wing in terms of, like coaching me in a way, or affirming me that, I'm on the right task, or giving me advice about this or about that. So it was an honor to work with everyone involved in the film, to be completely honest.
Great. So somebody asked if, did they think that Ian set out to cast a gay actor, or was it just a happy accident that you
I think it happened to be, it wasn't, that's not even allowed in auditioning. So if anyone on here is in the realm of auditioning and they ask you about your sexuality, that is a no-no. That should never come up. So going into it, no one knew. It was kind of after the film was, or maybe I did talk about it, maybe during filming or something, mentioning like a boyfriend at the time or something like that. But yeah, it was just, I knew after filming happened that a lot of questions like that would happen. So it was either, live my most authentic self, who just happens to be a Black, queer, gay man, or, live through this whole mystery. Regardless of everything that I do, people won't focus on who I am as an artist. The question will always drive towards my sexuality. So it was kind of like, let me answer this, get this out of the way. And then you can kind of just see me for who I am.
Beautiful.
Patrick, I don't know if you're probably going to ask him, but I know that you mentioned at the beginning, Patrick, that he's a writer and he's doing some other things. So maybe we can hear a little bit about what are you up to now?
For you, Julian, for you.
We know what we're up to. We know each other. What are you up
to? So right now I am an ambassador for an organization called MOBI, which stands for Mobilizing Our Brothers Initiative. And I'm also kind of like the talent director. So what we do, the organization is based in New York City. It was created and founded by one of my good friends named Deshaun Usher, who happens to work at GLAAD. MOBI, M-O-B-I, we're an organization based in New York City where we create holistic events for communities of color. And so we host two main annual events. One of them being MOBI Fest, which due to COVID-19, we had to switch it to a virtual experience. So we have our virtual MOBI Fest that is coming up on June 3rd of this year. So if y'all aren't doing anything, head over to mobi-nyc.com to check out the dates for MOBI Fest. And I also, it was mentioned earlier about my poetry book. So this is my poetry book called A Year Without You. And so, Yeah, this book of poetry is kind of a book about myself, really, but just in poetry form. It's broken into 4 chapters, and they're termed after the 4 seasons of the year. So beginning with fall. So it's kind of just a reminder of, everything that we go through is just for a season, and sometimes in the midst of what we're going through, it feels like that season is going to last forever. But there's always spring, and hopefully my spring is better than my fall. But yeah, so it's a really beautiful story about just being me and my most authentic self. It began as a journal to kind of help me deal with my mental health right before I graduated from USM. So yeah, it's A Year Without You is available. You can check it out on my website at julianjwalker.com.
Good plug. You're doing all my work, Julian. Thank you. I'm sitting back and enjoying.
It's like he saw the script before, huh? It's like he saw. I'm sorry, Patrick, I keep jumping in, but I think that's
please.
Thanks. I know that Larry was talking about the fact that I don't know if you've ever met. So have you ever met? Have you and Larry ever met?
I believe we met in Los Angeles at the premiere.
No, knows, Julian. So there's something going on.
Okay, well, I just want to let you know I have my Blackbird book. So when I see you, Larry, I need to get this signed.
No, Julian was with the movie people, and I couldn't get near them because of the crowd crush. So no, we didn't meet. I met Tori Lamar. He accosted me outside of the theater because he'd overheard me mentioning that I'd written the book. And Tori walked up to me and said, "Hi, I'm Todd," which is how he introduced himself. And so we had some really fun. My husband was with me, and so there are some really terrific photographs of Tori, who's a pretty big guy, with these 2 old guys, one under each arm, and and people kept taking pictures and saying, just one more. And Greg and I were both like, we're good. But no, I didn't meet Julian. So I'm meeting you now.
Oh, nice.
You are absolutely amazing. And seriously, it's an honor to be on here speaking with you. And it was my pleasure.
Likewise, sir.
It was my pleasure to be, just a part of, this Blackbird saga.
Well, I want to say this in front of you, and I'm not saying it because you're here. I had nothing to do with the casting of the film or anything really to have to do with the film. I sold the film rights to Patrick, and he took it and ran with it. But I would have cast you, and I would have cast Kevin. I think you were both perfect.
Who is Kevin? Is he Marshall?
Yeah, Kevin Alessi.
Yeah.
I'd have cast them both. They're absolutely pitch perfect from start to finish. And I have to admit, and I realize I'm taking up Julian's time, that my favorite scene in the film, other than seeing my name at the end, is the scene in the car that ends, "I believe in God when I'm with you." And that's not in the book. And it's the one thing in the whole movie where I go, shit, I wish I'd written that. It's because it's perfect. It's perfectly written and it's perfectly acted. So bravo, young man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you.
There's more people than you thought were here.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is really amazing. And seriously, everyone out there, who tuned in to watch the film, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your love. I truly appreciate it. It's an honor to continue to be a part of the Blackbird conversation.
Yeah.
Donate.
Donate.
And Julian, it's so great because we're doing our stuff here at Brothers of the Desert, but with Moby, it'd be great to get more connected and collaborate with all of you. So we would love to continue that relationship. And speaking of fundraising, what? I saw some dollars there. What's going on?
I'm just inspiring everyone. If you haven't donated yet, please log in into the chat box or throughout the weekend and into the future.
You went mute.
Oh, I unmuted. Here I am. Remember, you can always donate. You can click the link in the box, or you can go to brothersofthedesert.org throughout the weekend and into the future and donate there for us. I want to give you
$65 tonight.
$656 we've raised tonight.
$665.
$665, and yesterday we raised $570. And there are 2 more days left in Black American History Month, so y'all can still push that number up for us by Monday. Love everyone, love you all. And then let's see, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
There's a couple of things we want to make sure that we tell them about what's going on next.
What's happening?
So Anya, do you have the slides? We have a couple of things going on. And please, these are all virtual and live, Facebook Live events. So all of you can be there. Julian, we'll expect you at some of these things. Come on now.
Yes.
So do you have that, Anya, that you can put up the slides for us? Uh-oh. There we go. Well, I'll tell you that tomorrow, here we go. Tomorrow, there is a virtual wine tasting that's happening at Boucher in Palm Springs, but it's also, you can do it live or virtual. It's tomorrow, and it is $25, but you get a wine tasting, and $5 of it goes to the Brothers of the Desert. And we'll be, we'll be doing what we did here and hoping to get some more money, but it's going to be featuring the Brown Estate of the Black-owned vineyard in Napa, and that's what we are going to be lifting up for our Black History Month to do this special wine tasting with Boucher, and we're really impressed and proud of that. That's tomorrow from 4 to 6, so you can still get tickets and do that virtually with us. And then the next day, this is incredible. We're doing this really great collaborative event with the larger Black LGBTQ plus community with Lucy and Gail, who are forces here in the Coachella Valley. And we're doing something called Looking Back at Black, Reflections on the African-American Experience with Palm Springs Women in Jazz. We have a number of our brothers that are featured that you see on this. Anya, who's our producer tonight, Yvonne, Jourdain, Perry Lang, Wes Rankins, who's here tonight with us, and Lorenzo Taylor, who's also here tonight with us, and a comedian, some singers. It's a 2-hour live Facebook event, live streaming from 1 to 3 on Sunday. So you can go to our Facebook page at Brothers of the Desert and just do that. That's also for free. So all of these events, really want to continue to connect the community together. And we're so grateful, Julian, we're so grateful, Larry, that you were here with us. It made it such a special night for all of us. So thank you for that. And I know, Patrick, I think we're gonna introduce Andre to talk a little bit about something. He's got another special thing that we're gonna also offer people.
Hey, everybody. Julian, Larry, thank you so much. Outstanding, really. Just, moving, touching. Larry, it must have been hard to let your baby go, but to see it on its feet and know that even more people would see it. So how wonderful that is. But thank you both. Because of the words tie-in, Blackbird, friends of mine, Marilyn McCool, Billy Davis Jr., have just gone back into the studio this year because of all the things that were happening. And the press release says, why Blackbird? Why now? It is a reflection of the truth that we are living today. When a Blackbird leaves its mother's nest, one day it will never return. And so because of mothers throughout the country who have lost their children, who have never returned, they said, we have to say something. We have to speak out again. Because of the bigotry and the violence, Blackbird is dedicated to the life and the humanity of every Blackbird, whether living now or lost in battle. Marilyn McCool, Billy Davis Jr. So they came out with this, the title of the CD is Blackbird. They released the title song today. So we're going to share that with everyone. It has nothing to do with the movie or the book, but it is part of what we're living in today. So we just want to add that to it as well.